fresh off power tour, headed down to the historic Fort Wayne. My most famous friend Dave Marchione works down there. They're having a pop-up show, which is before a real show they're having this summer, I think. I don't even know, to be honest with you. I'm going. Currently riding, we have no brake lights, so we're using the tail lights.
Don't admit to that.
I'm admitting everything. I know old school guys have done that. Hey, we gotta do what we gotta do. It's gotta be back before dark. Anyways, historic Fort Wayne, here we come. Appreciate it.
Take that, drive on down where that truck is pulling up there. You'll see a little bit of ramp to be able to drive over the curb.
All right, cool. Thanks, sir. Yep. What up, man?
What's up, man?
Shit. Hey, the homie Steve Cinnamon's in there. Hey, I have never been here. This is cool. It doesn't start till 5 or 6. See, this is a big enough ramp. First time being here, we're already riding on the lawn. There's my homie.
What is that, an Imperial there?
Yep, Imperial man.
How you doing?
Imperial man.
No, just it runs on pump gas.
Look at that.
C4
Long haulers. Long haulers. I don't see any other long haulers anywhere. Hey. Moore don't have rules. He goes where he wants to go. So does his pappy.
My buddy? Hey, look, it's for you, buddy. Oh, yeah. The tumbleweed.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Wherever you want.
We want you wherever you want to be.
Wherever you want, park wherever you want. Yeah. You've already broke 50% of the rules.
Yeah. Oh, that's tough. You got a nice view of the bridge through there.
Yeah, then if you go, like I said, when she takes you into...
I've never had them blow my skirts off.
I lost it. I had a, when I first got that car,
Dead last in this bitch.
it had tires on it.
Dead last thrown up in this bitch. Yes, sir. I've been in my trunk all day like what he's doing right now. I'm just using my tail lights as brake lights right now.
Mine are so low you can't see them, so I'm not that worried.
Oh yeah, you just
brake
get
light
hit.
out or turn like brake light?
Yeah. I don't know if the hazard lights even work. I should probably try those, eh?
Yeah, I would just... Your
car has hazards?
Go like that.
It might. I don't know. I just found out I had a seatbelt. You messing with shit. I feel it. I was doing the same thing all day.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
It's just cool. It's so peaceful out here. Stephen Moore and his pops. My most famous friend's car. Homie James and his Le Mans. Not a Malibu. Just got it painted not that long ago. White bread. I just saw him. I ain't seen him since I've been here yet. Gone. This one. Whatever the hell this thing is. Where's the steering wheel even at?
I ain't even look at this.
Ain't no way. That steering wheel just stays there? Oh my God. That's wild.
Like that fucker come on.
Ooh, right. Like you can't look right here. Like what side do you drive on? You can't tell.
Passenger side.
Right. You can't even see the steering wheel. This son bitch, Jesus. Ooh wee.
Me and Robert Chandler were coming from both. My water.
We got Steve Cinnamon, the most famous javelin in Metro Detroit.
It is too.
It is, 100%. Yes, sir. I got badass drone shot of you on the Highway to Hell cruise tearing it up, leaving the place.
Yeah.
That was the day I found out who you were.
Yeah.
Like I seen you all around and my buddy Jason Nairn was talking about you. The wagon was scaring the shit out of it. What up, baby? Steve Moore is getting chauffeured. Yes, sir. Have any Grey Poupon? Yes, sir.
Site here, the Star Fort, which we'll get into, was commissioned in 1842 by an act of Congress, and built from 1843 to about 45, and the barracks building inside at about the same time. So these are some of the oldest standing forts within the city limit. Short and letter.
That's tough. Looks like something you see on that car.
Like I'm learning all of these.
Car. No motor vehicle.
Star Fort. I feel like we're in a video game. Pause and read.
I also have some photos. What is so unique? There's a lot of things that make historic Fort Wayne really unique, but one of the things that make it most unique is the fact that there was never a battle here. There's never a shot fired, never a cannon mounted. So something I think is really interesting is the display cannons being towards, not towards Canada, which the fort was built to protect against invasions from Canada, but the other way. So I like to start here as a really great example of this has always been a site that's truly been more of diplomacy. This is a site where we're on a military site, but it's so unique in that there wasn't a battle fought here while the fort was built. So that's something I really like to start as an anchoring point here. There were battles that were fought here before historic Fort Wayne was built. So in the War of 1812, this is where some of the first shots came across from Canada to this area, landed where the fort would go, this general area. And then in 1815, the Treaty of Springwells was signed here, which didn't necessarily end the War of 1812. That was a different treaty, but it worked to restructure alliances and essentially with the indigenous peoples that were in this area, that in the War of 1812, when it was essentially another war between the Americans and the British, the Native Americans largely allied with the British. And with that came different land changes, expansions within that time. So in 1815, the Treaty of Springwells, which was signed here, essentially stated that it was a treaty that stated that the American tribes were allied to the United States government and not the British government, and reverted the land holdings back to what it was in 1795.
I saw a coyote on the Riverwalk.
Really?
Yep.
I saw a coyote here for the first time about 3 weeks ago. In the middle of the day in one of these moats. So when we are open to the public, you are welcome to walk through these moats. They're really nice, kind of serene nature walk. There's so many.
Oh, wow. Well, they reproducing around here. Oh, I was looking at the bunnies and not the walk-in. Oh, this is crazy. Wow. Oh, this is crazy. We're about to go inside. This is nuts.
Okay, we'll stop and gather. Let's see. We don't really have any. Who wants to be the first photo now? It's just a great aerial view from probably the 70s. So this is the barracks building. So this is what would have housed the soldiers while they lived here. So it was built in the late, it's built in the 1840s, about 1843 to about 51 out of limestone that was quarried on Kelly's Island in Lake Erie. So this was all very locally made. And so this was made, it was made to house 500 men. So each of these sections is called a bay, and when it was originally constructed, it was completely cut off from each other in case there was any sort of breach of the facility. Each bay would be separated and be secure. Since then, it was renovated, since obviously that was almost 200 years ago now. It's been renovated, and from 1949 to 91, it housed the Fort Wayne Military Museum. So some of you may have memories of coming here on a field trip or maybe visiting the museum in that time. So that closed in 1991 with budget cuts, but we are working really hard to build up our capacity to eventually reopen something like a visitor center, museum, interpretive center. So having you guys here is it's a great start.
Nice.
So head all the way down to the last bay where we will see the mess hall. So these are structured, they're 3.5 stories. So it would have been 100 men per bay. If we go in, it's a mess hall on the lower level. You're welcome to go up into the bunk area. There's a lot, but in the final bay, if you go up into the 2nd story, that is where these soldiers would have slept. So this is where single officers would have lived when they were training. This was purely used as a training site here at historic Fort Wayne. So this is where single officers would have lived. Commissioned officers and people who were higher up in the military ranks would have been in more of the garrison area in those buildings out there, which we'll talk about once we head back out there. So we'll head in and take a look at these bunks. They're real small, and often you had to fit 2 men per bed.
No, thank you.
So you head in and go all the way through.
About to walk in. Go ahead. Let's go. Ooh, we're walking in. Oh my god.
All the way down to the end.
Oh, this is crazy. Ooh. It's actually cool in here.
We use this for events as well, so we get a staff
Little step there. This is cool, man. That's crazy. Wait, no. Oh.
This is where the feed went.
I thought that was.
Oh, some mess on, no food.
I ate it all. My bad. But look how tall the door from
Okay, I'll have to chat with Run Grace. We hadn't.
Yep. This reminds me of jail.
When I came down here, they had 34 breaks. When I came down here, we read it all. They had a sugar one.
People are definitely smaller. I ain't fitting in these. You ain't fitting in these. No, not lengthwise.
If I just cut with knees going there. A little bit smaller back then.
Oh yeah.
I got a big dog. You got two big dogs.
This is cool, man. You ever been here, Mel?
Long time ago.
Long time ago, huh? It's my first time. Look at the little slits for like
Building go.
little gun slits and arrow slits.
Isn't that cool?
Oh, it's like being in a castle. Yeah, this is cool. I wish we can go out on the balcony.
Any of the building.
Is it cool out there? I wish we could go out there.
Yeah, they got home stuff.
Yeah.
You can see it on the
I
side.
got it all boarded off. For the people like me.
Wouldn't you want to just stay here for a night or a weekend?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know they were coming out like that. They're just usually at that little split.
I wonder what.
Ah, that's what I want. She blocked. I'm going, Jessica.
I want to explore. It's a nature in me.
Was this light on when we came up here? I don't remember the light being on.
I don't recall either.
This is what used to be here before the glaciers receded. All the glaciers were a thing, and then the glaciers receded and made the Great Lakes as we know it today.
This is wild.
If you look behind me, these are earthen walls. So these are 17 feet tall of earth that is built here. It was all piled up and built, and so the brick walls are on the back end of this. And then there's another glacis, which is a hill like this, on the other side, which looks very similar to this. So the idea is that there's multiple high and low points you'd even have to get across if you were trying to get in here by foot. Next, we're gonna go into the casemate. Had a cool area where they had the berms exposed, so you could see where they carved the room. Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Into the darkness.
Okay, so I can leave through here because it's a little bit dark.
Boy, that looks a little shaky, that stone up there. Oh, man.
So this is the entrance to the casemate. I found that this is a really good echo spot for me. So these were built, each corner, they're called bastions of the starport has 2 of these. So there's one here and one there. We're just going in this one today. But we're gonna go all the way through into the casemate proper.
So what was held here? This is a hallway.
So this would have been a tunnel that goes into the defensive corner. If there were to stay in this area, we would go into the back chamber.
Look how the cannon swings, Sharon. The cannon swings.
Alrighty folks, so we'll stay in this chamber in here. Like I said, we'll be tempted to go back in the back corner, but let's just stay in here.
Well, these are guys, we're standing up in there, Jared. These other guys only weigh about 110 pounds.
They're like this size.
Really front.
We are standing inside of the casemate right now. So there's two of these in each corner of the fort. So the star fort is built with its square shape, turned on its side, and there's two of these points. Or there's a point on each corner, and so there's two of these facing either way to provide as much defense as possible. So as you'll see here on the ground over here, these are called traverse rails. This is where the cannons would have been, mounted on kind of a stand that would have swung back and forth. And then these windows would have been spring-loaded, they're iron windows. So when we were ready to shoot, you'd push it forward and then the cannon would go out. Built with cedar walls. So this was added in about 1863 to 65 when they mustered the first troops here for the Civil War. So this is all a little around it. They're meant to be wider in the interior, which allows for more room for the soldier to maneuver the gun back and forth, but a smaller target. So in theory, it can go out, move back and forth, have a wider range of fire, but there's a smaller target at them.
This is badass.
Door. You like to get through that, huh? Oh, with all these broken relationships.
Probably a little bit thick.
This is where anybody would have gone in from. This would have been the only door. So there are these two huge Michigan oak doors. And if you notice, it's kind of hard to see right now, but you'll see it as we go in. If there's a smaller door inside of the bigger one, that's called a wicket door, because if you can imagine, these are hard to move. These are really heavy. And if you have somebody that just has to go and do a patrol or something, you can't be opening and closing those all day. So the wicket door allows their soldiers to go in and out and kind of crawl in and out. Ask away.
So
But-
Dave said I can get a really cool view of both bridges at the flagpole.
Yeah, so once we get back through, I can show you guys where you're welcome to walk up. Like,
Cool.
a lot of marks in the walls from all the wagons that had to go in.
Sorry.
Hey, Joe! What you doing with that gun in your hand? I had to. I had to.
This can be optional if we want to go.
Don't quit your day job, Mel.
No, my favorite, oh, not favorite, but one of my favorite places to go.
Out.
Across? Yep.
But
Yeah, he's a Canadian.
I lived over there for 30 years. My daughter still lives over there.
yeah. So that's interesting. That's what's interesting about like river racing. That was like parts that are just happening.
Sweating my ass off. Historic Fort Wayne barracks behind us. Looks like something out of freaking Harry Potter or something.
Well, he drove it Saturday to Riverview and then Saturday night to Wyandotte.
Sweating my ass off, man.
How was the tour?
Badass. Oh, this is fucking sick. Oh my god. There's the owner. This thing is sick, man. You might be my new coolest friend. Holy shit.
I've always been here too.
Yeah, you're right. Chevy van. That's crazy. The National Cash Register Company.
The original paint
Is it?
is clear coated, yeah.
Wow. You didn't tell me if you bought it or not. You said you were going to look at it.
Yeah, I got it. Then I had to get it going. I had to get it running.
This is badass.
I know, ain't it?
So it just says Chevy. Is it a Corvair van? Or what is it? Just a Chevy van? That's it?
The delivery van.
Wow.
Chevy 90, they call them. Dude, it took them forever to find it to get insured.
Right.
Couldn't find it.
Dude, this thing is ridiculous.
You got 350 stuffed in there.
Oh my god.
Dude, I stopped there. My tires wouldn't stop spinning in the gravel.
Oh.
I got the carburetor a little item a little too high.
Shit. Wow. Big old 350 in there. This thing's crazy. So what the hell? You just saw it and you're like, I want that.
Well, my old lady had it.
Oh.
And that's how she got it from the dude from Ramallah. It's a band from Ohio.
Huh. Look at this crazy ass little window here.
I know. There's one on each side.
Right. Don't try to look for one of those probably.
I'd have to get one cut.
This guy's old. This guy's like 90. So they have it already. It says original age.
Thought he was getting stuck. Homie Melvin Bo Belvin. Always around. Oh, I've seen this one before. This guy pulled up at us at the taco truck one time. One of my favorite boat tails in the city with the hydros. What up, man? Homie Jay over there. Cool, isn't it? Ooh, wee. Old Plymouth. I don't know. I know it's beautiful, but it's kind of ugly. But it's beautiful. But it's ugly. I mess with that. This. I need to get rid of this. If that wasn't there, it'd be so much better. And then it has a 2-door. She'd be sexy. Drains. Dr. Foreigns. Drains. That thing's tough. Rally Sport. She bad. I'm not a big Mustang fan, but I'm kind of digging this one. Is that the old Mobile logo? The horse with wings? This is my favorite part of it. Dirt roads, baby. Homie Clifton. Darnell.
Anybody is interested in a walking tour of the garrison area, meaning outside of the Starfort, including the Indian Mound up front.
Oh yeah.
In about 10 minutes is going to do a walking tour. Super informal. You can walk around and check out some. Skylar will give you an overview of the base. You can leave from here in about 10 minutes. Love to have you get around and see a little bit more of the fort, but if not, feel free to stay and enjoy where you are.
We are doing the tour. This thing is gangster as hell. These guys, this one and this one just went on a long ass trip. Just got back from New York.
Fastest one of those has ever gone. The only reason I had that up to 100.
Remember when you almost got killed by a car hauler?
Sure do.
That's my fondest memory of you.
I appreciate that. I'm glad that you enjoyed that. My death would have been the best thing you saw.
Well, you said, well, that wouldn't have been.
Yeah.
But how it played out, it was nice.
Yeah, I know.
Didn't you guys just went on that long ass trip with us?
Me and Seamus did, but he
wasn't that long. It was
went
just 1,000 miles.
He went farther than I did.
No, I didn't. You did.
No, you T.
Oh, the T.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the A's.
Oh,
No, the A's.
Oh.
But when we drove these cars to Hershey, I drove Hershey back to Michigan. He drove down from Hershey to North Carolina.
Right back. It was 2,340 miles.
That's tough.
It is Model T.
That's tough.
I didn't have a fever the last 2 days.
You're wild, man, in that car. I just did 1,300 on Power Tour in my 67, and I thought I was tough. I mean, I earned it, but...
Oh, my regular shock so hard.
I know, but then you see this shit.
Yeah.
Golly.
Whoop.
Like
That's not supposed to happen.
Like a club.
Oh, man, I'll fix
This
it.
Harbor
He's
Freight
just
monkey strap.
I'll fix it.
Oh, it's fine.
See what I did? I got people out here breaking their shit.
Yeah, breaking their shit. Just trying to show
Just drove it 1,300 miles, but now he broke it talking to me.
It's okay. What happened is I gotta fix this.
So basically, don't take it if you have back issues.
No.
Man, you guys are hardcore, man. That's badass.
The body off the one.
Yeah.
Like, that's some of the coolest shit I've ever.
Like
Some of the coolest shit I ever heard.
Yeah, this is an old piece of garbage.
No, it ain't.
Four-door sedan or whatever. It ain't any different than like a 46 Ford sedan. They just look different.
Oh yeah, there you go. Oh, and you could stance it like a Jeep. You could drive up on some shit. Be cool.
How much is the corner on this? What is the whole?
Wow.
The corner?
No, well, how much is the whole thing?
You can the corner.
1,300.
You can use it for.
Okay.
You can use it for strongman.
15 or 1,600 pounds.
1,600 pounds.
Turbo Sprint's like the same thing.
Yeah, it's pretty light.
He just
That's badass.
rolls his Model T in his garage.
I remember this one ran like a champ on the Detroit tour last
Still
year.
runs great.
And then Devin kept breaking down every 20 feet.
That's because there's a Dodge Brothers.
Oh,
Superior automobile right here.
oh shit.
That's right.
Oh
Fix
shit.
it again, County.
Yeah, sure. I can show you the powerhouse of this bad boy.
Oh yeah.
You want to?
The Flintstones.
Yeah, right. So it's not completely stock. So it's got a high compression head here. It's aluminum. It's advertised 8-to-1. It's probably
I was gonna ask if it was 8 to 1.
It's about 6 or 7, who knows. Has a distributor instead of in the original coil system, which is a little hard to explain.
Okay,
which
I was gonna say.
It's more so reliability. I like it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I ran coils for years, though I put this on here because I hit a rainstorm once and I wasn't able.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, it caused.
So is this essentially like what they're putting LSs in cars these days?
Yeah,
Having a
basically.
distributor in this is like putting LS in a car these days.
It is. So that's actually a Volkswagen distributor.
Oh, hey,
yeah.
there you
So
go.
it's the shaft is modified, so that way you can run it off the front timing cover here. So then you have the high flow manifold, which is a little bit bigger. It's made out of aluminum.
Quote unquote high flow.
High flow.
Yeah.
There's your carburetor, which is a stock.
CFM.
It's a stock carb, but they only produced this particular carb for in 1921 only. Which they did it because it provides a little bit more CMUs. I don't know how much to be precise, but the only problem is that people complained of hard starting. And so they got rid of it. I haven't had a problem starting it. It starts easy.
I'll say it looks easy enough to work on or do something
Yeah,
to.
I can try to see if it'll start. It might not, never know with these 104-year-old cars.
Yeah.
At least you can make it slow.
You can make it slow like I'm
Oh, I have to choke it once. Oh, no. There we go.
That's wild. And a full cord choke.
92 LeBaron convertible.
If anybody's
There you go.
interested in the Garrison area walking tour, let's meet right over here in front of the TC Urban Building.
Bet. I gotta go get the tour. Thank you, man. Steve Cinnamon. The most famous. He is her. Most famous javelin. And I think I got most of these cars. Oh, what the hell? Holy shit, look at this guy.
I finally came out of my house.
Right, I've seen him in 12 years. You too. What's going on, baby? I seen your car. What's going on, man? About to go. Oh, it is.
From that angle, it's like it's chopped off.
Looking back at Canada like, I'm watching you.
So this building used to be the Great Lakes Museum of Great Lakes Indian Interpretive Museum. So we're standing at the corner of what we call Officers Row. So all the way down here is Officers Row. So that's where commissioned officers would have lived. So commissioned officer is one that went to an academy like West Point. Rather than going and enlisting, those would be non-commissioned officers, and those houses are the ones that were closer to the auto show, closer to West Jefferson over there. So these are all duplexes. So actually this one is our office space right here, but they're all duplexes, and they would have housed officers and their families, maybe multiple families at once. At some point there were thousands of workers here. The fort went from not being armed for the first 15 years that it was built to a training site during the Civil War. From there, that was when a lot of this area was built out. So originally it was just the Star Fort area. So these buildings were built out between the 1860s and 90s to house more and more people that were coming here as the site was activated as a military training site specifically. So these are all dated to about the 1880s-ish, roughly. They're around there. When all of the factories were retooled for military production, just about everything was sent here to be inspected, sorted, processed, and shipped out to the front lines. So
That started World War I or World War II?
that was more World War II.
Yeah.
This was more of just a training site. It was a little bit of an ordnance depot, but not like the main, like this was Michigan's ordnance depot in World War II. So the fort, one of these shows some of the motor pool.
Oh, cool.
These are some of the women ordnance workers that were here. So at one point, 55% of the staff were women, which was super unusual.
Well, they needed them. Yeah.
There was a newspaper that was produced on site that was for the military. I have a couple of those.
That's
as
cool.
well.
Yeah.
And this was the largest induction site in the state from the Vietnam, or from Korea through Vietnam, but another one of soldiers training. So only used to train.
That's badass.
And here's a great shot. This is Officers Row. So this would have been taken right
tough.
here facing the.
Do we know how much percentage-wise of the original fort's here still? Like you said, there was some machine shops and other stuff that was
Yeah,
here.
so in terms of buildings, I don't know. That's a great question. I should go and look and see, like, what was our maximum building count?
Right.
Because we have about 38 now.
Okay, 38,
But
wow.
there were, I don't know, maybe 100?
Oh, wow.
So there were maybe 6 or 7 warehouses out here.
Okay, yeah.
There were multiple inside of the parade grounds area.
So wow, what's left is like
Warehouses, they really
less than
squeezed as
half.
much as they could. No, so that's what
Okay.
So they all had facade added to them. Yeah.
Oldest Indian burial site, Southern Springwells Mountain.
So this is what I consider to be what I think is probably the most important part of our history here. This is what I really like to emphasize, and I really hope people can take away something from this part of our tour. So, as we know, all of this land in the United States, in North America, is stolen land. But we have, I think, in Detroit, I'm going off the cuff here, Detroit, I think, is a little bit harder to still remember and recognize that there are Native American community members here because the closest reservation is in Mount Pleasant, right? But this is a perfect, tangible example of the fact that Native Americans have always lived here, will always live here, and will always continue to live here. So this burial mound is thousands of years old. We don't even quite know exactly how old this is. There were 5 or 6 mounds from River Rouge to where downtown is today. This is the only one still standing.
I thought that giant one back there was you're about to tell us that is. I was like, holy crap.
No, so this is the only one still standing. And as of April, so this is very new, this is about 2 months old, City Council voted unanimously to transfer ownership of this burial mound to the Nottamuseppi here in Potawatomi. So as far as I'm aware, this is the only tribally owned burial mound in Michigan. One of the few in the United States. But it's so new that we're still working on our management plan.
It's the commander's house. Who'd have thought 200 years ago they would have a badass view of the Gordie Howe Bridge? Big old artillery. This was on the deck of a ship. Oh, look, there's a seat on it. Wow. There's a seat, so you'd sit right here. There's the sights. Tough. Oh, I didn't even see this little one over here. Wild. Headquarters building. It was a Detroit public school, and it was an indigenous school, one of only 3 in the country. That's what Skylar just told me.
Hey, watch for car haulers.
Yes, sir. Catch you later. Just got back from a 7,000-mile road trip with that mug. Out west to the last car club. There's a shitload of car clubs here. We got Hood Rats, we got Dead Last, got Burnouts, we got Suspects, I think we got Uso, we got Rodents. There's all kinds of car clubs here.
Thanks for coming. No problem. Anytime. Good to meet you, man. Nice to meet you. I will be good. Appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
That's a working out.
Hey! Huh.